We are getting ready to see a massive move from Hedera and the HBAR token. You can see here on the 12-hour, our Bollinger Bands are starting to constrict. And the last time this happened, Hedera went from 5 cents to a local high of around 16.7 cents, more than a 3x from here. Now, the question is, which way will the price go? Will it go up? Will it go down? I have some insight to share with you in this video. Also, some important news and updates. If you're a fan of Hedera, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's take a look. Hedera on the last week up 21.3%, on the daily up 6%, and over the year up 140% from low of around 6 cents. Now, what has been happening on Hedera? Well, whales have been accumulating. You can see here accounts with over 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million, and 10 million. They are all up. This is according to a post by Orogel. His name is Sean. There are record numbers they've been accumulating, the HBAR token. Do they know something we don't know? Who knows? We also take a look at the TVL on Hedera, over $106 million. We did have our high of around 155 million. This was back in February for Hedera, and we have been going up. This is going back to around November 3rd, so the beginning of the month. We were sitting at 40 million, and we've 2.5x'd since then. So pretty good movement on TVL, with Saucer Swap leading the way with a change of over 100% increase over the last month. You have a lot of other ones you can see here, a lot of protocols on Hedera that have been gaining ground, up 190%, 180%, 120%, all over the last 1 month, with the biggest coming from Headstarter at 28% increase over the last 7 days. So things are moving on Hedera. The network is growing. We know we have a lot of the RWA news. Arcax also bringing more of the products on the Hedera network, tokenizing. I want to share this from Hedera. This is Dr. Lehman Baird kind of talking about the Governing Council, AI, and more. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
So Hedera is going great. We have a council that's up to 32 members now. Ledger itself, the software, is doing extremely well. We have lots of features we want to add to it, so we'll be adding more features as time goes on. We also are building things around it with mirror nodes and hash scan and other things to use it better. And so we'll continue doing those, we'll continue growing the council, and just continue seeing where we're going from here. We have a wide range of use cases. One fun use case is Equity Lab. So they are doing something at the intersection of DLTs and artificial intelligence. So one of the big problems with artificial intelligence is that you can have bias in the AI based on what data it was trained on. And so if you want to trust an AI, you need to trust the data. You need to know what data. You have to have proofs of that, and you want people not changing their records afterwards about what data they had used. And so what they are doing is they are putting this immutably in Hedera. They are building this so that you could say, this AI was trained on this data. And they can even do more complicated things, like say, well, this AI was trained on this data, you've got this model, and then we use that model plus some more data to get a new model. And so they have a whole tree of the whole history, the provenance of all the data that was used, and they can have programs in the computers themselves that are doing the learning that then record it. And so we can see immutably where it came from to build trust into the AI system. This may become more and more important as time goes on.
I 100% agree. We talk about how big AI is going to be. I still think there's a lot of people who are unsure and weary of, well, what kind of data is the AI driven? Who has control over it? And it's kind of scary to think about it, right? These large corporations, these large tech companies that are building these models, why should they be the arbiters of truth and information? And if you put an AI, if it's rotten at the foundation, it's only going to be rotten even more as it grows. And so we need people like Lehman Baird and projects like Hedera and other ones in our space that are looking to democratize artificial intelligence and information that is being fed to these large language models. So I'm happy that Dr. Baird is talking about this and bringing this to the foresight, and excited to see what Hedera does in that forefront, including what they're doing with RWA. Speaking of RWA, this from the HBAR Foundation. Diamonds are one of the greatest stores of value. Just ask my wife. Despite this, only 1% of $1.2 trillion global supply of diamonds is used for investment. Noticing this massive gap, Diamond Standard began its Diamond RWA tokenization journey on Hedera. And so, again, Hedera, as the time continues to go forward, more people are saying, look, I want to tokenize what I have or my commodities or my funds on Hedera. Makes total sense. And so we're excited to see where this goes. Also, you have COP29, which is a project developer, or COP29, which is an event that project developer One Mountain is set to make 50,000 tons of digital carbon forwards available for sale as on-chain RWAs on the Hedera network. Again, more use cases and utility for Hedera. And then we have this. Swiss Stock Exchange 6 Group has invested in tokenization startup OpenBrick, which uses the Hedera distributed ledger technology, the DLT. They also own Spain's Bolsa BME and its CSD Iberclear. They plan a trading and settlement platform under the European Union's DLT pilot regime, presumably also using Hedera. A lot is happening on Hedera. Don't just look at price action, look under the hood. Speaking of price action, again, back to this chart. 12-hour tells us the Bollinger Bands, there's a big move coming. Well, is the big move going to be to the upside or to the downside? If we zoom in to the 4-hour, it looks like that might be to the upside. As you see the price starting to hit the upper levels or the upper band of our Bollinger Bands. If we zoom out even more to the hourly, we're seeing the same trend. The bands are starting to break to the upside. If we zoom out to the daily here, we take a look at where is Hedera. I'm going to remove the Bollinger Bands. The HBAR token, and really everything in crypto kind of had a similar pattern, right? We saw a strong move to the upside followed by a downtrending channel, which on a more micro level, Hedera broke out of this, created a new high of around 17.8 cents, and it's kind of doing the same thing, but on a smaller scale, right? Price shot up, consolidates, and now we're seeing, and these candles are hollowed out because these were large liquidations in this time frame, right? Obviously, the blue ones were liquidations to the upside, so shorts were being liquidated, and the orange ones were longs being liquidated, which pushed the price to the downside. So we're seeing a little bit of chop. We take a look at our liquidity flow index. Liquidity flow has flipped to red, but our price sentiment is still above our midline, which is very bullish. We saw mass amounts of inflows on Hedera starting on the 12th of this month up until about the 24th. So around a 12-day streak of massive amounts of inflows. We know Hedera, when it moves, and that's a lot of altcoins. But the next level I'd be looking at is this 18-cent level, which we saw a wick up back in April. And after that, really, you're taking a look at taking out this 27-cent level. We throw in our volume here on Hedera. And of course, this is at the time of recording on November 27th of this year. Not a lot of volume spikes, right? We see, look at the weekly. Not a lot of volume spikes past this 18-cent level. We do have a little bit of volume coming in right around this 21-cent level. And then really nothing again till about 28 cents. So things are looking up for Hedera. A lot is happening. We're excited to continue to cover this on the show. We do have a Hedera playlist. If you want to know everything about Hedera that we've covered on this channel, make sure to watch it. Also, come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you in the next one.